Welcome to Game Day 5, match 2, featuring Egypt against Kenya. Egypt win the game 84-62. This is a press conference for the FIBA Women's AfroBasket Zone 5 Qualifiers. Sorry for not making that introduction. With us is the Kenyan head coach, George Mayenga, and player number 20, Rita Aluoch. Welcome, Rita. Welcome, Coach. Coach, just from you, your thoughts on today's performance?
Well, there's nothing much I can say because our game plan went so well until third quarter. So that's the time we gave them a leeway to knock their threes and also to allow their defense to work. We knew they're going to bring it, but when they tried it the first half, they couldn't stop us. So we just likened kidogo, and that's the thing.
Rita, from a player's perspective, just walk us through the third quarter where it was difficult to make the stops.
Okay, on the third quarter, on the third quarter, I think the energy was a bit low. That's why we couldn't catch up with the Egyptians. But I think we did our best. We gave.
Coach, one more match. How do you handle South Sudan yet again in the third place match?
Yeah, it's a second game, and you don't know what can happen. Maybe they had a better part during our first game, but this time we need to tie up our shoelaces and be ready for a fight, because I bet that will be our final match tomorrow in Cairo. So we'll do what is needed to try and just change the results.
Rita, from you, what is the mood in the locker room right now, given how you played against Egypt, a very tough team that finished unbeaten, going into the South Sudan game?
Okay, my teammates I know are grateful for the way they've played, because the energy was there. When we started, we played so well. At least we gave it all our best, though we had some lapses in third and fourth quarter, but it was better than the previous games.
And what has the experience been from the first match to the last one of the group phase?
Okay, on the first and the second match, we didn't give our best, but I think the Burundi and today's game, at least we've shown. But I know that tomorrow's game will be much better on our side, because we want to get to the podium. Yeah, so we'll have to give our best tomorrow.
All right, Coach, my last question. Having been here as the head coach in 2021, 2023, and now, what has been the biggest difference and the biggest change in how the teams are coming for this competition and how they are executing on their games?
Yeah, as a coach, I'll talk on, as a coach, I saw some changes, especially a team like South Sudan, getting players all over. And we also have that kind of initiative. It's only that now most of our players were busy wherever they were. So they didn't respond to our request for them to come back home and help us. But we knew what was going to happen, but we just came because the time was a bit short for us to prepare well. But that's not an excuse for us to lose. It's a learning experience, and we learn better. Thank you.
Rita, final question. From a player's perspective, what has been your biggest takeaway from the group phase matches?
Okay, first is I think us as Kenyans we will not have that teamwork. We didn't train together, as in most of us we were not together when the training sessions were starting. So maybe if we can just gel together, the teamwork, we train together, I think will be better, just to build the teamwork together. Yeah.
All right, that's it from us. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Rita, and all the best in the coming match.
Thanks a lot.
Welcome to the second part of this press conference for the FIBA Women's AfroBasket Zone 5 qualifiers, the match between Egypt and Kenya. Egypt won the match 84-62. With us is the Egypt coach, Alia Mahmoud, and player number 4, Meral Abdel Gawad. Welcome, Meral. Welcome, coach. Coach, just give us your thoughts on today's performance.
Well, we were ready for this game. Of course, some players were thinking about tomorrow's game because, it's the final, but we've been telling them that today's game is very important. As a coaches, we were in a good preparation for it with a good rotation. We tried to put in the court most of the player and to play the time equally to just get the rest for tomorrow's game. And finally, they ended up in a very good way, alhamdulillah.
Meral, from you, just walk us through the first 2 quarters of the game against Kenya, and what changes you made in the locker room for the halftime to make the comeback.
The main thing the coach was talking about, like defense, because we had a bad defense in the first half. So we tried in the second half to play a good defense and get more rebounds, and I think we did a really good job in the second half about that.
Coach says that a lot of you had their minds in the final. Right now you're done with all the matches. Where are you in terms of preparing for that game against Uganda?
I think today we weren't focused about this game. I don't know why. I think all the players think we already we playing the final tomorrow. That's why all the players today we are not focused on the game. But I think we have to be ready for tomorrow's game because Uganda is a really good team. They have a really good players, and I think we will prepare so well for this game tomorrow.
Coach, from you, having played Uganda, they pushed you to the last minute. How do you make sure that you close the game in the final? Because that is the most important match for you guys to qualify.
Sure. I think tomorrow's game will be really different of the other game. We both teams studied each other and know the way they play. So, of course, both coaches will be changing on the strategy. So now we will try to get pressed and just keep the players off thinking of anything tonight to get good rest and good sleep. And starting from tomorrow morning, we will be ready for them tomorrow, inshallah.
Meral, my final question, what would it mean for you to qualify for the AfroBasket yet again?
I don't know, I hope if we win tomorrow, I think we will go to the AfroBasket, so I think we have to get we're gonna be so excited to go and play Africa again. It was a tough competition, so I think everybody gonna be ready for that. So I think we have to be ready first for tomorrow's game, so we can think about the AfroBasket.
Coach, with this final match, how do you keep your team grounded, avoid the complacency, having already won against Uganda in the first matchup?
Of course, with the video meetings, and they will see their mistakes to avoid the mistakes this time, and will show the strength. I think there's no enough time to just keep pointing on the mistakes or the weaknesses. We will point on their weaknesses and we show them that we missed how many shots we missed and the bad decisions and everything, and if you just kept or avoid those mistakes, inshallah it would be an easy game.
All right, that's it from us. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Meral, and all the best in the final. Bye.